welcome to the Full Thrive YouTube channel. I'm Lisa. I'm a copywriter who also coaches other copywriters. Today in the Facebook group, I was talking to the copywriters about wireframing and in particular, the very strategic menu bar. That menu bar discussion and how you lay it out says so much to your potential customer and to anybody who's on the site. You only have about 3 to 5 seconds to help them understand that they're in the right place. If you want a sneak peek into that discussion I had with the copywriters, get ready, it's coming up. The menu bar in particular, I do feel is a strategic conversation, and I have found in my own experience that the client seems to think they know what the menu bar should be. And when they have a lot of confidence, I tended to kind of back off a little bit. And what that led to is halfway through the project, realizing we didn't organize this properly and then having to backtrack. So I want to equip you to feel very confident in having that conversation at the very beginning, so that you don't waste time and have to backtrack. Again, talking about websites primarily, sales pages, even possibly lead magnets, really helping people move through the information is one of the roles of a copywriter. So we want to ask ourselves, how do we, because we are normal human beings ourselves, but how do normal people view information on a website typically? And you may not know this. You may know this. You may not know this. You may now go back and go, oh my gosh, I do this, but I didn't notice. It was kind of unconscious. But there is a pattern that people generally gravitate towards that helps them to figure out what's on a website. So the first thing they look at is the logo. And then across the top is the menu bar. Oftentimes when a website has a picture or a video, the logo and menu bar will be the very first things that will pop up while other things are loading. And so the menu bar gives so much information in 3 to 5 seconds, in 2 seconds. The menu bar is very strategic in helping people know if they're in the right place. The call to action button. What is the image, the video? What is that kind of picture you're painting in the top of a website? What are the words that combine with that to enhance it? And then a secondary call to action, meaning like, do we repeat the call to action? So let's look at this in practical terms on just the plain old wireframe. So from left to right, you'll see we've got the logo in the top left corner, Girl Squad Media, Branding and Events. What's great about Girl Squad Media and branding events, it gives some information. It does actually help us piece together what this might be about: media, branding, and events. And then you come across the top and you see pop-up, individual, events, team. And then your call to action is schedule your consultation. So people read from left to right here in America and English-speaking countries and most countries, left to right. And then from there, their eye goes down. And then it reads across the message: build an elevated and engaging brand, your subheader, and then ultimately back down to the call to action. So we read in a Z formation for the most part when we're quickly trying to decipher what's on a website. Let's look at another one. Sandra Network. For the most part, I have no idea what Sandra Network means, but when I read technology support and consulting, okay, that helps me. And then when I read IT support, IT security, you better believe I have an idea this is about technology and IT security. Then you come back down to the Z and across your network and business are fully protected. Ooh, I would like that. That sounds good to me. So if somebody was scanning this in 3 seconds, they would have a decent idea that they're in the right place if they were, in fact, looking for IT security or IT support. Here's another one. Oops. The thing I wanted to share with you about the logo that is important. Now, you guys don't have always the luxury of helping people decide their logo. Sometimes they already have their logo decided. But I have found I've been asked over and over and over and over and over and over again by my clients about logos. And as much as I don't like to have the conversation about logos with them, I do tell them one thing that is very strategic and super helpful is if in your logo, at least on your website, if you can have some words that explain what it is you do, it'll be really, really helpful to your visitor, to your reader. And so when you look at Hannah, what the heck does Hannah mean? Hannah happens to be the name of this guy's mother. So it means absolutely nothing to nobody. It's not useful. It is not useful information at all. But interpretation and translation made simple, yeah, that is very helpful. So even before a viewer reads the words on your brand message, which is the same word, you can see it down below, they are looking at the logo first. Then they read across the top, ooh, I can get a quote. Then I come back down, I read the brand message, and request a quote is there too. So I just wanted to show you that about a logo. It is very helpful. Here's another one where the logo gives away some information. Emerging Technology Apprenticeship. So this company was called ETA. Nobody knows what ETA is. Nobody cares what ETA is. But when I see technology and apprenticeships, I'm like, oh. And then if I read across the top and see employers, career seekers, apprenticeships apply today, I have a sense. I'm like, oh, I'm in the right place. This is for me. You know, if I'm looking to get into an apprenticeship or if I'm an employer, I quickly know I'm an employer. I can hire apprenticeships here. I can hire apprentices here. Okay, so these are just some examples of menu bars and what they can give you clues in before you even get to the rest of the homepage. So we're going to talk about 3 different types of menu bars depending on, well, not 3 different types, but 3 different types of clients that you may have to have this conversation with, help make a decision or navigate. Now, for the most part, when I am working with clients, I take the lead on this and I don't even ask permission. I will give my best recommendation, suggestion on the menu bar when they see the homepage. We may have had a conversation about it. I hope we have a conversation about it. I should have an idea. I will tell them, hey, I think this is how I'm going to lay it out. But I give myself the freedom to kind of play around when I'm doing the first wireframe, because oftentimes I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's not going to work. And they mix it up and mix it up. But I don't let the client decide first. Of course, they have input. Of course, they're going to look at it and they're saying, I don't know about this, but I want it. That's fine. But I just want you to know, don't leave it up to your client to decide. Or don't just take their direction. Say, is it okay with you if I give it the first try, if I just play around with it a little bit and then we can collaborate or work on it together? So a multi-choice menu bar. If you have multiple audiences, so multiple types of customers coming to your website. So for example, if you are a consultant, maybe you work with corporate clients and you work with individuals. Upwork is a great example. Client, freelancer. You may have somebody who works with people in the public or people in private. It might be, hey, I work with clients one-on-one, or we work in a group setting. I'm just giving you some samples of the type of people that would come, the different types of audiences. Parents, kids, men, women. Now, you can also have multiple products. So you may have one customer, but you want to let them know that you have different choices on the products. So let's say hair, skin, nails. You may have a menu bar that, says hair, skin, and nails. Maybe you're going somewhere where there's snow and it's like, click here for snowboarding, for skiing, or for inner tubing. Checking, savings, IRA, bookkeeping, taxes, retirement. You guys get the idea, right? This helps people quickly have an idea of what they want to look into first. Now, I know we talk about not having an a la carte menu. I'm not recommending this very often, but I'm just letting you know you have been to websites where you have seen at the menu bar the products at the top versus the type of people. I worked with a client recently, and he was like one client, one person, and he offered speaking, writing, and consulting. And so while those aren't products, those are services. That's what was at the top of his website, and he had corresponding website pages for each one of those. Another way to break this down would be kind of logistics. I haven't done a lot of these, but at the top of the page, it could be delivery, pickup, schedule for later. I think at Domino's, right? It's like, hey, are you here for delivery or pickup? It helps people to just quickly know what they want. In person, virtual, book today, reserve ahead. You could probably think of some other ones, but those would be ideas where people quickly can identify, oh, I'm in the right place. I want mine delivered. I want mine pickup. I want mine next week. At this wireframe again, and you can see at the top, pop-up, individual, events, team. Here's one I did for ClaritySoft. They are a CRM system, and at the top, you can choose sales CRM or email marketing. And then we added one in there, pricing plans. I hope by now you're getting the sense that menu bars should be very simple, very minimalistic, and not give people too many choices. I find with software, I've done several software companies, pricing plans is important. They want to know right at the top. I mean, think about it for yourself. Again, this is where it's helpful because you kind of are your own test market. You just want to know how much it costs, right? Like, I don't mess around. Don't make me email you to find out how much something costs on something like a software platform. Like, just tell me how much it costs. Or tell me if you have availability. Tell me if you have tickets left. Tell me, I don't want to talk to you. So anything where there's a company, or a client that you're working with that they don't want to talk to all the customers in order to, sign them up or make a sale, then you would put that kind of information right at the top. Here's another good example of the types of people that are coming. Employers quickly know, oh, that's for me. Career seekers, that's for me. And then apprenticeships were the type of apprenticeships they had available. Now, what's interesting about this page, and let's have this conversation because in the last call, I talked to you guys about when you have two different audiences like this, an employer and a career seeker, what you really want is to get them off the page as quickly as possible and onto their own, really well thought out homepage for the most part. And I tell clients this too. It's like, you don't ever have to send somebody to your homepage. If you know they're an employer, go ahead and send them all the way to your web address /employers. Like, pretend that is the homepage. Now, if they happen to Google you and find you and land on the homepage, we want to make it very quick and easy for them to be able to move to their page. However, there are times when having a conversation with your client, and maybe it's not 50-50. Maybe it's not super important that you get people off the homepage. And in this case, and I don't have the full wireframe to show you, we had the discussion and they said, Lisa, right now we have more employers than we have career seekers. And right now our biggest, most important use of the website is to get more people in the apprenticeship program so that the employers can hire them. So I want our homepage to be very much dedicated to career seekers with one section for employers. So if employers are reading, they know where to go. So we had that conversation. I think it's important for you when you are talking about building out your homepage. If in your mind you're like, I have 2 people coming to visit the site. Who's most important? Where's the money coming? Follow the money. What is most important to you? Whose eyeballs do you want on this site longest? And when it's a career seeker, or let's say that, you can put employers right at the top so somebody can find themselves and, oh, that's for me, and then jump off. So let me show you another one. Well, I'll come back to that. All right, so what if we just have a simple menu bar? What if we have one person who has one audience with one service and a simple process? I work with many, many, many of these. They're a life coach. They're an accountant. They're a photographer. Hello, copywriter. Just me. I'm mainly with people who want to work with websites, and I have a process. So here's an example. Jeff Kennedy is a real estate agent who buys houses for cash. And if you look at his menu bar, meet Jeff, simple process, property, schedule a call. It's almost like an order. Start here, then go to this page, then go to this page, and then let's get on a call. That one's a little bit different. I love his logo, skip the commissions. It's already giving you a little kind of clue into this. Oh, you buy your home privately. So that's a simple menu bar. I don't have a wireframe for mine, but this is my copywriting website. Here's my process. Here's a portfolio to look at, and here I am. There's not much to it. This could be done differently if I really wanted to change it up a bit. We could do websites, sales pages, lead magnets, emails, if I wanted to have that across the top. Here's the problem with that, though. That means I got to fill a whole page with what I'm going to talk about on, website copy, sales page copy, lead magnet, and email. You be very careful by putting a menu button or, in the menu bar if you're not committed to building a whole page out for it. So, that's one way to look at it. Sometimes I ask the client, like, do we have enough to fill a speaking page? Or is it better to say, work with Chris, and then on that page, the 3 different ways to work with you, and we just have a section for each one. And hey, as you get bigger and you get more clients and you get more, we can then spread those out into their own pages. But I want to be careful not to build a page and it's only got like 2 things on it. Right? Again, the SEO conversation I'm not having right here. When you have a client that must be found by a Google search, then things become a little bit different because we want to be able to have dedicated pages for dedicated audiences or dedicated products. I'm not having that discussion here because, one, it's outside of my scope of expertise. I would say for the most part, the clients that I work with are personal brands. They are not trying to rank for the first page of Google. They are trying to build brand awareness. They're trying to just tell a better story. They're trying to connect with their audience. And so definitely look into understanding how SEO fits in with how you label things. But I just want you to know that the first thing is to keep a streamlined menu bar, a simple menu bar, a minimalist menu bar. And you're going to find that with most of your clients, that's the biggest hurdle you're having a conversation with at first. They want to put so much in the menu bar. Hey, I hope you found that useful. Adding wireframes to your copywriting business is a really great way to show up like an expert, deliver your work more professionally, and get paid more of those expert rates. What you just saw was a little bit of a training I do called Frame Like a Copywriter. It's a 3-week intensive that allows you to add wireframing as one of the tools that you deliver to clients. So if you're looking to level up as a copywriter, and also in this program, not only am I going to show you wireframing, we are going to wireframe a homepage together, and you're going to walk away with 3 fully built templates that you can use with your next client: a homepage, a sales page, and a landing page. This is going to help you get a running start as a copywriter if you're getting into website or sales page copywriting. If you're interested, click the link below and jump on the wait list.